Good morning, living. Dr.Sparman, thesparmanclinic.com, www.thesparmanclinic.com. We come to you every Saturday, 9 to 9:30. This is the 7th of January, the first Saturday in the year. Guys, we made it last year. And today we're going to talk about combating obesity and all the pounds you may have put on for the Christmas season. We're going to talk about how you can get rid of some of that. But I got some nice tidbits for you today. 434-1791, 434-1790, and 434-1771. You can call us and take a couple of calls today. I know you've been struggling with this weight problem. And tune in. I've been telling you for the past months. Tune in. Call your friends, call your brother, sister, call them. I don't care where they are. A guy called me from Dubai last week, and another guy from the Congo. They listen to the program, so we want 20,000, 30,000, 50,000 people. Half an hour of your time. That's all I need. Every Saturday morning you want to live? Yes. It's about modification of lifestyle. You listen to this program, I tell you can live 20 to 30 years longer. And I feel good today. How do you feel? So don't forget, we're going for 50,000 listeners every Saturday morning. So tell your friends, man. Because it's not about listening, and music is everything, and love and everything is everything. But you get a lot of stuff in this half an hour. A lot of tidbits. Show you how to modify your lifestyle. And you know, I was thinking something spontaneously. I said something on air last night, and I talked about how many people living, the centurions, living for 100, would have a weight problem. Most of them are slim. Check it out. Every time you see in the paper, slim people, they eat very little, they watch what they eat, and they exercise, right? So it means that obesity has something to do with mortality. So we're going to talk about that today. But let me give you guys some things that happened. We got a caller will be coming, but please hold on because I want to get something out. You know what happened, actually? This new year, guys, I want you to be careful. It's going to be a hard year for us, so brace yourself for the strong economic problems and try to conserve and save, okay? It's important. Put some money up. Put some money up for the hard time, okay? Because when you go to your friend asking for a loan, he ain't got it, and the banks ain't giving much money to people anyway, so try to conserve. If you could hold off on buying that dress today and use the one you used last week, why not? Not a big deal. They probably wouldn't even know. Change the shoe or change the bangle or the necklace, and they probably wouldn't even notice it. Make something, distract them a little. Those type of things. Anyway, has something happened to me over there. I've lost $8,000 somebody cost me. How? You know, this world is not stressful, you know. It's the people. If you look at your life and think about all the stressors you have, you can place somebody as the initiator of that stress. Somebody's the nidus of that problem you have. Really, even natural disasters, we're the ones. It's us. Anyway, my little stress, I wasn't a stressor. I lived my life, and as I said to you guys earlier, you hear that? Just breathing. It's good enough. That's a gift from God. I was passing down at the back of my helper told me, you know, hey, Dr. Sparman, you got some water leaking down there. So I looked down at the back of the house, and there was water just flowing out. I said, "This water's coming from." I called the plumber, went up on the top of the roof after he checked around all of the faucets and so forth, and said, "Man, somebody broke your little heater up here, you know." You know, stupid that thing you have up there. What do you call it? A heater? What do you call that thing? Yeah. But what happened, he said somebody was up here. And then in retrospect, I say to the helper, I says, "You know what? Somebody was on the rooftop. You were right. You heard somebody up there. What was he doing up there?" And I'm saying to myself, you know, wait, did he come to see me? Did he have chest pains? I could imagine, Dr. Sparman, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. He come to my home. I got some chest pains. I says, but I would say, well, where are you? I'm on the rooftop, dog. No, don't do that. Come through the door. I'm on the door. And I tell you something, too. I don't walk with my scalpel at home, so go to the clinic. Anyway, so I don't know what happened. He just stepped on it, broke it, the noise, and he just ran away. I don't know what he was doing up there. But that was so funny. Maybe he saw an angel or something. Be careful, guys. Come on, be careful. So, we're talking about obesity. We still have the call on the line. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk to her quickly. Good morning.
Good morning and Happy New Year, Dr. Sparman.
Happy New Year, ma'am.
And thank you for all you're doing on Saturday morning for the VOB listeners.
Thank you, ma'am.
We are listening.
Thank you.
Trust me, we're listening. Dr. Sparman, I don't have a problem with obesity. I never have. I've always been, my parents had me active in sports from very young and dancing lessons. But that's not my major issue. I'm 64 now. I would like to know about this I did my research. It was very positive on the internet, but I'd like to know more about Pro RG9 from you or anybody who's used it so far in Barbados, because I am getting, whatever I researched was positive.
That's all. Thanks. Well, I tell you what, there's so many things out there. So many things out there. There are all type of, there's gastric surgery. There are all type of pills you can take to help you to lose weight. People would advocate all kind of diet plans.
No, excuse me. It's not for losing weight. It's to help you as a supplement, even though you're sticking to the doctor's medication if you're diabetic or you have high blood pressure. It's just a supplement. That's, I just want to know if it's okay to use with whatever you're using.
Yeah, but I'm coming. Yeah, thanks. When I'm coming to that, but I'm saying, so all of these things are out there. And yes, I know, but most of the things that you would take as supplemental things to help you to lose weight because you've been struggling for a long while, they have amphetamine-like type of substance in them. In other words, they stimulate your body and your cells to increase your metabolic rate, and increasing your metabolic rate, you lose weight. Not good for you, because a lot of times, especially if you're diabetic and you got hypertension, hyperlipidemia, and all those type of things that goes together, what happens is that it could cause heart disease and cause a lot of vascular problems. So really taking supplements or anything there in the market is not the way to, even when you take them, you lose weight, and then as soon as you stop, you have a rebound effect, your metabolic rate goes down, and you put on more weight. So I always advocate the way to go about it is to watch what you eat, is what you take in, and exercise. Those two things together. Plant product, you just think about plant, and more plant. Anything from the plant is good for you. And then you just try to do your exercise, 20 minutes of brisk walking, swimming, jumping, skipping, I don't care what it is. Anything to increase your heart rate 3 times a week, and you'll be good. But the shortcut are all those things they're advocating right now, those supplements. No, I think that you should stay away from that.
Okay, and what about to gain weight? Just to gain a little bit. I only want to gain about 5 pounds because I play in the senior games every year. Just 5 pounds that I can put into muscle.
Well, do some real weightlifting.
Weightlifting.
Yeah, weightlifting is going to help to put on some, bulk up your muscle, and you put the weight on very quickly.
That's all I want.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Very much. God bless you.
Hey, God bless you too. And thanks for listening. So, let's think of obesity. What is obesity? Let me define to you what it should be. There's something called body mass index, BMI. You hear them talk about it, but let me explain it to you. If you got a pen out there, listeners, I want you to write it down. Now, if you divide your weight in kilograms by your height in meters, but you got to square it. So if your height is 4 meters, you square it. 4 times 4, right? 4 square. Put the kilograms on that height squared. The number you get is called your body mass index. Now, if
you said to divide
your weight in kilograms,
in half.
Yeah, in
divide,
kilograms,
or put it into kilograms,
yes,
and not divide it in half. I'm just
and
so take pounds and turn it into
not
kilograms.
pounds. Yeah, we'll go to the pounds in a second.
All right, good.
So kilograms, all right, and if you want to talk about pounds and kilograms, 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds.
That is correct.
So you can calculate that stuff. But let's deal with the kilogram first. So kilograms and divided by your height in meters squared. Now, things you might want to know, you can check it out on the net. We said 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds, and inches. 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeters. And I'll tell you how that's going to come in handy. So that number you get when you divide those two, the denominator and the numerator, when you divide that, if it's 18, less than 18, you're underweight.
If it's less than 18?
If the number you get is less than 18, you're underweight. If from 18 to 25, it's normal.
I'm confused because I'm not seeing where we're going to get a number that high.
All right, let's say a 70 kilogram person
Yes.
is around 154 pounds.
That's correct.
All right, let me go to pounds now so you will get this even
And
better.
they're 5 feet. They're 5'5". So they're
All
6 feet.
All
So
right.
we square that and make it 36 immediately.
Right. All right. So if it's 6 feet,
Yeah.
it'll be 12,560, right? Mm-hmm. Right. 12 inches, right? 12, 6 72 actually. 72, right? So 12, 6 72. 72 inches. And inches, 1 inch is equal to how many centimeters we said before? 2.54. Multiplied by 2.54. You get that number. You square that. And if you divide it, now you remember you had to use inches with pounds. Those units together.
Yes.
So you
Breaking
put
it
your
down.
pounds on your inches there, right? You square the inches, but you got to use a factor now. Multiply that by 703.
Okay.
All right.
7.03.
So for the people who don't have who's got a problem with kilograms, all right, what you do, divide your pounds by your inches. Multiply by 2.54 or centimeter. So pounds will go with centimeters squared, and then you multiply it by 703. That's a factor.
It's beginning to work.
Yes, it didn't work. But the simple way to do it is just to try to convert the pounds to kilograms,
Kilograms, yes,
right?
yes.
And that's going to be the top. And then you so multiply by 2 in other words, your pounds could divide by 2.2 to get your kilograms. And then at the bottom, write this down, guys. That sounds complicated, but it's not. At the bottom, you put meters. So on meters, where if you want that inches, we said before the conversion from inches.
So we use kilogram and meters.
Yes, that's what we do, because the inches is 2.54, centimeters equal to
So,
you don't
yes.
want to go through all that stuff.
So if you're looking at 6 feet, you're looking at 1.9 meters somewhere around.
Thank you. So
Right,
there
right,
you go.
right.
So you put and you divide that, square it, the meter square, and that number, if it's between 18, less than 18, you're on the weight.
Okay.
18 to 24.9 or 25, you consider that's normal. That's normal weight.
Okay.
If it's between 25 and 30, you're overweight. And if that BMI or body mass index is more than 30, you're considered obese.
Obese.
And that's what we're dealing with today. The obese, most of us gotta, and I wanna caution you, as you get older, what happens, like when you're 20 years old, the amount of exercise you need, because you have a certain type of metabolic rate that keep to maintain a certain weight. When you get to 40, it slows down, so you have to double up on exercise that you're doing, concomitantly decrease the amount of food you're taking in. So as you get older, the metabolic rate decreases, and that is why people put on weight.
And that is why you start to see the guys having this bulging zone.
Exactly, that's what's going
Because
on.
they're not exercising.
Not
They're
exercising.
not lifting weights.
No, or it's not even the lifting weights, really. It's the cardiovascular exercise.
Size.
And that's the one that
Half
burns
an
the
hour
fat.
walk every morning.
Yeah,
Right
swimming, jumping, anything that
That's correct.
increases your heart rate. That's what it is. The weightlifting and stuff is to build muscle, but really to get that fat burn come down. So, guys, we're gonna take some calls today. Yeah. Talking to the moon. How many times you sit down there in your lonely moments and you look up at the stars and you talk? Most times when you're talking to the moon, you're talking to the stars, you're thinking about somebody. You're thinking about some loved one, you don't think about yourself. Anyway, so we're talking obesity and we're talking about basically the complications and so forth and how you combat this stuff. I say, and I say again, you stay close to the plant, all right? You try to eat a lot of plant product, all right? Eat a lot of fiber, and fiber is plant. That's what it's about. And that animal fat is the one that gets you, and I told you a few weeks ago about how red meat causes everything, from all the cancer, mouth, throat, thyroid, breast, pancreatic. You think about liver cancer. Cancer everywhere, as a matter of fact, cancer of the prostate, heart disease, and all of those things are associated with red meat and fatty animal stuff. So this year, Barbados, let's be healthy on the rock. Listen to the doc, take stock. Yeah, so here we are.
Go again.
Oh, somebody else. Hello, Dr. Sparman. How you doing? Morning.
Yeah, tell Mr. Gillis, Happy New Year to him and to you.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago you was talking about the prostate cancer, the headline erection.
Okay, the prostate cancer.
Yeah.
What do you want to know about it?
No, you was talking about something like the man could
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't get the name of it.
Yeah, oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, prostate cancer in itself, there are a lot of ways. First of all, there are various stages of the prostate cancer. And if it's confined to the prostate itself, most times what the doctors will do is take the prostate out, and then you go on like a normal life. You try to prevent it from spreading to the bone and those type of, and the liver and those type of areas. So what we do is there's some. First of all, if it's not cancer, there are drugs you can take to shrink it, like tirazosin or Hitrin.
Yeah, I know that. But you was talking about something that for the erection.
Something that would be a what?
You know, you were talking about something for erection.
Oh, erection, yeah, all right. Okay, good. Now I see where you're coming from. So you're not talking about the prostate cancer itself.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know if you had surgery for your prostate before.
No.
Oh, you didn't? Good, that's fine. A lot of times people with prostate problems, especially if they have cancer of the prostate, they have erectile dysfunction and so forth. And I've had a lot of people talking about how could they be helped in these areas. First of all, the nice thing to do is to see the doctor, see if it's psychological. In other words, if you get up in the morning and you find you have erection, then your problem is psychological. If you find in the morning you get up, you don't have an erection, then there could be a problem there. And then there are drugs you can use. I don't know if you have concomitant pressure problems, and if you do, then you're a good candidate. There are certain drugs like Micardis and Diavan, and there's some drugs like, and I'm talking about Cialis and Viagra and those guys. I'm talking about these other medicinal type of conventional drugs used for pressure and so forth, but also they increase the blood flow to the penile area, and you get it helps people with their erection. So there's Zestril, or it's called Lisinopril. There's Altase, Tritis, and so forth. Our website will have a lot of them, and I'd be happy to discuss them with you if you want to. You know, you could just visit our website and you get those answers. Okay? But those are some of the drugs. I know they're hard to call as a layman.
But can they come in by your office and see you?
Oh, you could come. Yeah, definitely. We're open. You can come and see us at any time. But so there are drugs that can help you. And thanks for calling. And we'll talk some more.
Yeah. Thanks very much.
Yeah, God bless. Huh? So we're talking about the complications right now, obesity and so forth. And guys, it causes obesity in itself. Causes so many things: high blood pressure, the diabetes, the hyperlipidemia, and all the other illnesses associated with it. I talk about the cancer. A lot of these cancers are associated with obesity or weight problems. So it behoves us to try this year to see if we can cut back on what we eat. Cut back on the amount of animal product you put within your body. Eat a lot of fiber, as I said. You know, you get up at night, instead of taking high caloric type of snacks, go for the fruit. Sometimes people use things like simple lettuce and so forth. Fiber in itself will fill you up and satisfy a lot of your satiety. Don't forget to call us 434-1771, 434-1790, and so forth. We're gonna close off now with Bruno, the lazy song. But don't forget, next week, 9 to 9:30, I'll be here right throughout the year. Tune in, get everybody involved, and I'll see you next week.